What if you could ask an AI just a simple question, like
Right.
one sentence, and still get, consistently better results than someone else writing this huge, complicated essay prompt?
Yeah, it sounds kind of wild, but it's actually where things are heading.
Yeah.
The secret isn't just the instruction anymore.
Right.
It's not just what you type, it's really about what the AI already knows about you,
Uh,
about your business.
And that's really the core of this deep dive, isn't it? We're seeing this shift away from, let's call it traditional prompt engineering,
The old way, yeah.
towards something new,
Exactly.
context engineering.
Exactly. And the mission here for you listening is how to take that AI, that, kind of generic forgetful assistant, and really transform it, make it into this personalized, always-on team member.
Turning a general tool into a specialist colleague. I like that.
So we've broken it down into 5 levels, a framework,
Okay.
and we're going to walk you through them, starting from the AI's basic knowledge all the way up to giving it this permanent business memory.
But maybe we should start with why this matters so much. Because it's not just about getting slightly better answers, is it? There's some pretty serious research coming out.
Yeah, absolutely. Places like MIT, they're finding some disturbing things about passive AI use.
I saw that. It's actually, well, shocking. Using AI like a crutch,
Yeah.
the studies show it can make people measurably dumber.
Measurably dumber. It's a real effect. They call it cognitive outsourcing.
Okay.
Basically, if you let the machine do all the heavy lifting, all the synthesis, the analysis,
Yeah.
your own brains, mental muscles, those neural pathways, they start to weaken.
Atrophy. Like a muscle you don't use.
Precisely. You lose that habit of deep thinking, of connecting the dots yourself.
So if I'm just asking the AI for strategic summaries all the time,
Yeah.
and I'm not really wrestling with the information myself, challenging it,
Yeah.
I'm actually hurting my own abilities.
That's the risk. It degrades the very skills you need for critical thinking and making smart decisions.
Wow.
But the solution isn't to just stop using AI. Not at all. It's about changing how you use it, making it an active partner, something that sharpens you, doesn't replace you.
Okay, that really sets the stage. Active engagement through context. So let's dive into level 1, the foundation, the AI's basic knowledge.
Right. Level 1, the training data. This is that massive ocean of information the AI learned from, trillions of documents, websites, books, everything.
So it knows a lot of general stuff.
A ton. But critically, zero personal context. It doesn't know you, your company, your goals.
It's like that brilliant stranger at a party idea,
Yeah.
Super smart, can talk about anything,
Yeah.
but their advice, it's often totally off because they don't know your specific situation,
Yeah.
your budget, your team, your history.
Exactly. We see this all the time with a generic marketing plan prompt. You ask for one.
And you get something that looks impressive, lots of pages, bullet points.
Looks comprehensive, yeah. But dig in. It's often flawed. The audience might be wrong. The tactics totally irrelevant for you. Maybe it even makes up details about your product.
And this kind of leads into that whole model size myth, right? People
Yeah.
get so obsessed. My AI has trillions of parameters. No, mine has more trillions.
It's mostly noise at this point,
Yeah.
honestly. A distraction. Context beats complexity every single time. What matters isn't the raw size or who made the model.
Hold on. Are you actually saying that maybe a smaller model, maybe even one that's a couple years old,
Yeah.
if I feed it all my specific customer data, my internal documents, that could be better than the absolute latest, biggest flagship model out there right now?
Yes. That's exactly what I'm saying. It sounds counterintuitive, I know, because that's not what the vendors are shouting about.
Right.
But it's the reality we see in the results. A smaller model, if it's super rich with your specific context, will consistently give you more relevant, more useful output than a giant model that's just guessing about who you are. It's about relevance, not raw horsepower.
Okay. That's a big shift in thinking. So if model size isn't the be-all and end-all, and we haven't added our own data yet, what's the very first thing we can do, like right now, to get better results without adding anything personal?
We need to get smarter about what's already there. Move past the generic training data and start exploiting the AI's own internal rulebook.
Okay. That takes us to level 2, the hidden system prompts. You're saying every AI kind of has this secret instruction manual.
Pretty much. Think of it like a hidden document, maybe 100, 120 pages long, built by the developers. It defines its personality, its safety rules, how it should behave by default.
And we can't just go in and edit that.
No, no, that's locked down for safety, security reasons, but you can definitely exploit it
Oh,
by learning its triggers. Specific words or phrases that kind of poke the AI and make it access deeper, more analytical parts of its programming.
okay, interesting. So for something like Claude, you've mentioned there are specific keywords.
Yeah, there are several. You can kind of group them. Some are about depth, words like in-depth or comprehensive.
Makes sense.
Others are more about actions, like analyze, evaluate, assess. These tell it not just to spit information back, but to actually think about it structurally.
And then there are triggers for the output itself.
Right, like asking it to research something or specifically make a report, just using one or two of these. It can seriously boost the quality, a huge jump for minimal effort.
So back to that generic marketing plan example.
Yeah, instead of just asking for a plan, you say, give me an in-depth, comprehensive marketing strategy.
And the difference is
Aha.
what?
It's night and day. You go from maybe a simple list of ideas to a much more thoughtful analysis. It might start talking about market size, competitors, real business factors, actual strategy.
Wow. Okay. Tiny change, big impact. So that's level 2, exploiting the hidden rules. How do we then take like permanent control, shape how it talks to us all the time?
That brings us to level 3, user preferences. This is your control panel, your set it and forget it layer.
Like custom instructions in ChatGPT or personal preferences in Claude.
Exactly those. You define how you want it to communicate once, and it sticks. It applies globally to all your future chats.
And you focus on 3 main changes here that are transformative.
Yeah, 3 core things. First, format preference. Be demanding. Tell it you always want answers in, say, bullet points with nested sub-bullets. For clarity.
Okay, consistent structure. Yeah, it sense.
Second, enforce conservative analysis. You literally instruct it, give me realistic, grounded advice, no pie-in-the-sky stuff. It keeps the output anchored in reality.
I like that. Practical advice.
And third, this one's critical, certainty levels.
Certainty levels.
Yeah, tell the AI that for every recommendation it makes, it must state its confidence level, like I'm 70% certain this approach will work based on the data.
So if it says it's only like 65% sure about a pricing strategy.
Exactly. That's your cue. It forces you, the user, to dig deeper, to ask clarifying questions right where the AI is weakest or the data is maybe less clear. It encourages that active engagement we talked about.
Okay, so level 3 locks in the communication style, the format, the tone, globally. Since this changes everything permanently, how does setting that foundation get the AI ready for the really specific stuff, like our own business intelligence?
Well, by getting level 3 right, you guarantee a certain baseline quality and consistency. The output is reliable, it's structured, it's clear. That makes the AI much better prepared to ingest and then intelligently use large amounts of complex, specialized, high-stakes information without, getting confused or giving you messy results. Mid-roll sponsor read.
All right, we're back. And we've reached level 4, project knowledge. You said this is maybe the most transformative level.
Absolutely. This is where we really give the AI that memory upgrade, a working, reliable memory.
So it stops being just a general tool.
Right. And it starts acting like a fully onboarded team member, someone who's been with you a while, knows the ropes.
Knows our products, our pricing, key metrics, who our competitors are, that level of detail.
Exactly. It assimilates your specific business context for a particular area of work.
And how do we actually do that? How do we implement it?
It usually involves creating project-specific workspaces, like those separate chat sidebars you see in Claude or dedicated project folders and other tools.
All right.
And then into that specific space, you upload your documents, your proprietary stuff.
Like what kind of documents?
Could be anything relevant.
Okay.
Past client proposals, market research reports, detailed lists of customer pain points, testimonials, your strategic planning docs, competitor analysis files, Google Docs, PDFs, whatever holds that key project knowledge.
I have to admit, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself sometimes. You get deep into a conversation and you realize the AI has kind of forgotten what you were talking about 10 turns ago.
Oh, totally. It happens to everyone. But level 4, building these dedicated project spaces, it forces an organizational structure. It gives the AI and you an anchor, making the whole process way more reliable. It combats that drift.
So how does it work technically? Does it just read the documents once?
It's often using something called RAGE, that's retrieval augmented generation. Basically, when you upload documents to a specific project, the AI builds a mini searchable knowledge base just for that project.
Ah,
And then for every single question or task you give it within that project space, it automatically searches and pulls relevant information from those documents you uploaded. It's like an always-on dedicated memory for that specific task or client.
whoa. Okay, hang on. Imagine you ask it for a quarterly strategy review, and it automatically pulls in the latest competitive analysis you uploaded last week and references specific customer quotes from testimonial docs without you having to copy-paste or remind it about any of that background.
That's it, exactly.
That's genuine scaling.
Yeah.
That's not just an assistant. That's like a personalized co-pilot.
Precisely. Upload once, leverage it forever within that context. It becomes deeply specialized.
Okay. Mind kind of blown there. So what's left? What's level 5?
Level 5 is the peak, the apex, really. AI-generated prompts, or you could call it meta-prompting.
Better prompt.
Yeah. Now we're actually using the AI itself to help us engineer the perfect prompt for a really complex task, using the machine to build the instructions for the machine.
Okay, walk me through that. What does that initial request look like? It sounds complicated.
It is a bit. The initial request is high level. You might ask the AI, okay, generate a new comprehensive prompt template for creating a marketing strategy for this specific new customer segment.
And you'd add constraints.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You tell it, this prompt needs to ensure the final strategy includes specific team OKRs, objectives, and key results. It must analyze insights from our past customer complaints database and factor in recent competitor wins. You get the idea. You're defining the structure of the ideal prompt.
Got it. So the AI takes that complex request
Mm-hmm.
and it uses everything it knows now. The base training data, the system triggers, my preferences, and all the specific project documents.
All 4 layers, exactly. And it uses them to generate this incredibly detailed, tailored prompt template specifically designed for that task.
And then you take that AI-generated template.
You feed it back into the AI in a new session, maybe tweak it slightly, and boom. The output isn't just a strategy doc. It might be a whole package. Sales enablement guide, scripts for handling objections, even frameworks for calculating ROI, all hyper-specific to that context.
Feels like a massive leap in efficiency.
It is. Think about it. That level of thoughtfulness, of cross-referencing documents, aligning with goals, that used to take a team maybe 2-3 weeks.
Easily. Lots of meetings back and forth.
Now you can get that quality of output, that integrated thinking in minutes, that time saving. That's where the real competitive edge comes from.
So just to be clear, this isn't about context replacing prompt engineering.
No, not at all. They're partners. Think of it like this. Context, levels 1 to 4, is the perfectly tuned, fully loaded race car. It's got the engine, the fuel, the specs. Prompting, level 5 in your ongoing instructions, is the skilled driver who knows the track and how to get the absolute best performance out of that car. You need both.
That's a great analogy. Okay, so we have this powerful framework, levels 1 through 5, potentially saving weeks of work. Given all that power, what's the single biggest mistake people make when they start trying to implement this? What did we absolutely avoid?
Stop trying to write war and peace in your prompts. Seriously. Once you've put in the work to establish the context, especially levels 3 and 4, your instructions should actually get simpler, shorter, more direct. If the AI already knows your entire business strategy, level 4, you don't need to re-explain it every time. Just give it the core task. Let the context do the heavy lifting.
Simplify the instructions because the context is doing the work.
Got it. Okay, let's recap the big picture here. The fundamental shift. The secret sauce. It's setting up all this context before you even ask the main question.
That's the core idea.
We went through the 5 levels, starting with the AI's generic knowledge, L1, exploiting its hidden rules, L2, setting our preferences, L3, giving it project-specific memory, L4, and finally, getting the AI to help write its own instructions, L5. And the good news is, you listening can start doing this right away. We've got a simple 3-step roadmap for you, your context mastery roadmap.
Okay, step 1. What's the immediate action?
Today, take maybe 10-15 minutes. Go online and research the system prompt for the AI tool you use most often. Just search your AI tool name plus system prompt. Find those trigger words we talked about.
Like in-depth, analyze, evaluate?
Exactly. And just finding them isn't enough. The key is to start using them. Try adding just 1 or 2 to prompts you already use. See the difference yourself. It's usually immediate.
Okay, quick win. Step 2.
Tomorrow morning, go into your AI settings. Find those user preferences or custom instructions, and lock in those 3 core settings we discussed. Demand bullet points or your preferred format, Insist on conservative, grounded advice and require it to state its certainty level for recommendations.
Set it and forget it for consistent quality. And step 3.
By the end of this week, pick one project, one area of your work, create a dedicated workspace for it in your AI tool, and just upload 3 to 5 relevant documents.
Just start small.
Start small. Give it something specific, maybe your company's mission statement, a key product description, a list of customer FAQs. Something rich, so it stops giving you generic fluff and starts understanding your world.
Right. Build that initial memory. So research triggers today, set preferences tomorrow, upload a few files by week's end.
That's the start.
It feels like organizations that really lean into this,
Mm.
that master this context engineering, they're going to gain a pretty significant edge, won't they? In just speed of decision-making,
Yeah.
strategy.
Huge advantage. Almost unfair, like you said. When your AI understands your business deeply, the speed and quality of strategic work just accelerates dramatically.
So the final thought here is, do this work. Put these context layers in place thoughtfully,
Yeah.
and your AI will finally truly start working with you as a partner, not just churning out generic text for you. So maybe think about it. What's the first area of your work you're going to transform by giving your AI a real memory and context?